Good morning, YouTube. How are you this morning? I am pretty good, I think. It is almost noon Central Time, and I'm in Batesville, Arkansas, at the Home Depot number 1411. It's off of Arkansas 69, just east of US 167, about 2 hours north of Little Rock, or northeast, really. We talked yesterday. I was at the Home Depot, DC in Grand Prairie, and I was headed up here. About 10 minutes after we talked, they called me in and started getting me loaded. I was expecting some kind of wild and crazy load, but it really wasn't all that bad. It was actually mostly even, except for right in the front. I was able to use a 4-foot drop and a 8-foot drop on the load, and made things a lot easier. It was really windy yesterday, but this time I learned, instead of parking where I usually park, I backed up against the building. There was an open spot, and that made things a lot easier. And I had a couple other drivers that were able to help, and I was helping some others as well. It took them about 45 minutes to load me, and it took me about an hour and a half to secure and tarp. And I got out of there, I think it was about 4:15 or so, and I did not have enough time to even get to Little Rock, which was kind of a bummer because that's where I wanted to go. So I started heading up and started trying to figure out where I was going to go. I stopped in Caddo Mills for a load check, and then I kind of just kept on hooking it. Also got something to eat while I was in Caddo Mills. However, about the time I got to Texarkana, I started feeling bad. Pulled in the rest area, and I was sick. I guess the chicken that I ate at lunch was not completely cooked or something. I'm not sure what the problem was. Usually chicken doesn't affect my IBS, but did this time. But so I kept on going, and ended up reserving a spot about an hour and a half before I got there at the Caddo Valley, the pilot there. I'm glad I did, because that place is a lunatic asylum. It's really poorly designed. I got there with about 35 minutes left of my 14, pulled into my reserved parking spot, went inside, took a shower, and was sick again while I was in the shower. And I got back to the truck, and I ate something really neutral, some crackers and light pasta, and with nothing else, and that kind of helped a little bit. And I went to bed. I guess I fell asleep about 10 o'clock, and that was all she wrote. I woke up about 2:30 in the morning and was feeling bad again, but nothing happened. And so I went back to sleep with the intention of getting up at 6. Did not happen. I crashed really, really hard. Ended up getting up at 5 minutes to 8. It's the way it is sometimes. And so I got up. I was going to buy fuel before I left, but there was at least an hour-long wait to get to a fuel line. It just, that I don't like that pilot. I don't think I'll ever go back unless I have to. So I went ahead and left, and went up the road, stopped in Benton at the pilot there, and bought fuel, and then hooked it on up here. It's an easy drive up. It is really windy today, like it was yesterday, but the wind is from the northwest as opposed to yesterday when it was from the southwest. And it is markedly cooler today, though it is very humid still. Winds are blowing about 30, 35 miles an hour at times. But I got here at 5 minutes after 11. Pulled down here, and one of the guys that left yesterday with me at the Home Depot, he actually left a few minutes after I did, was here. He stopped in Texarkana, and he said he had a really hard time getting a parking spot. He had to park across the street at the barbecue place and pay to park there. And then he overslept. He just said he just didn't get up. And he got here maybe 30 minutes before I did, because I saw him in the construction zone on 167 north of Little Rock, and he was ahead of me, but I lost him in the construction zone because of all the traffic. But so I pulled off, got my tarps off. He helped me fold my 8-foot, got my straps off, and then he left, and I pulled around, and young man is out there getting the stuff off now. So there she goes. Not really sure what I'm gonna be doing when I leave here. There's a lot of stuff going around. I saw two of the other drivers. There was four of us coming to Batesville today. The other two drivers going south empty on 167, which means they were headed towards Little Rock. That could be anything. Yeah, they could be going to Malvern. But it's Wednesday, unless they got nothing, that I won't be doing anything like that. So that is pretty much all for right now. I will say real quick that I got a phone call this morning from one of the, I guess, account managers. Actually got two phone calls in the last couple of days, and I haven't talked about it. I was asked if I was interested in working the Home Depot account in Grand Prairie. There aren't any current positions open, but they may have a few coming open. I don't think I'll be taking that one. I mean, I would like to be a little bit more dedicated so I can spend more time at home, but the money's got to be there, and I would take way too much of a pay cut going to Home Depot. There would have to be some kind of serious bill change in my life, because right now we're living right on the bill line, month to month for the most part. The other one is from South Texas, the South Texas Regional Account Manager. That is a little bit different, or I should say STX. It's not really South Texas, it's Texas. But what it is you're dedicated to running Texas and Louisiana lanes only. Big circle, like Dallas to in Shreveport and Houston, those kinds of things. Big triangle. I've done that before. I did that with Walmart for a really, really long time. In that huge 600-mile radius or so, and but that job does not pay by the mile. It pays a percentage of the loads, and supposedly it's supposed to help make up because the miles are all short, and it's supposed to be able to give you more home time, usually 1 or 2 days a week plus the whole weekends. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. I will let you know that I am seriously considering it, simply because my wife and my stepson would like me home again a little bit more. I mean, I was home every day for years, and they got used to that. And now that I'm away again, it's kind of taking its toll. I really like being OTR. I'll be honest with you. I do like my privacy, and I like being in the truck. All things considered all the complaining that I do. I complain as a point of nature. It's just the way I am. It's the sailor in me. Do the job anyway and gripe about it while you do it. So, I will keep it up to date on what I decide on that. It's going to take me some time to think about it, discuss it with the wife. I'll tell you right now, though, the bottom line is not home time, it's money. I'm 48 years old. I plan on retiring at 50. I know it sounds kind of crazy, but that's what I want to do, because we're going to move full-time to a rural area. And I'm not really going to be able to work full-time from where we're going to be living. So that is it for right now. I'll let y'all know what I got when I got it and when I get there. Till then, see you later. Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I am pretty good. It is about 4 o'clock Central Time, and I am in Blytheville, Arkansas, at Nucor Yamato again. It took him about another 3 minutes after I made my last update. I'll get back with you. Sorry about that. I thought I had time to make the update, but I was standing in line in the bullpen, and here came the forklift driver. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it took him like 3 or 4 minutes after I finished the update, and he was done. I mean, I think he got the whole thing done in like 11 minutes, if I remember right. After he was done, I pulled down and parked and went inside and got my signed bills. And then then sent my empty call. I got a message back saying that there were, if I remember, it was 14 trucks in Arkansas, and they were 4 loads short, and I was number 2 on the board, something like that. And I said, okay. So I just sat there a couple minutes, and then about, I guess, less than 5 minutes later, I got a message saying from Quentin, who's the ALM for the Arkansas area, to head to Blytheville. So I assumed it was Blytheville, Yamato, where I'm at. And because there's a regular Nucor here too, where we do coils, but I've never loaded there. So I planned out my little route and started heading this way, and both GPSs wanted me to go back down to 40 and then go across and come up 55, and I didn't do that. I kicked across on 69, Arkansas 69 down, and got on 14, Arkansas 14, and just cut across the straight to the state to 55. And I'm glad I did, because the farther east I went, the stronger the southwest wind got. It is still really, really strong right now. It took me about 3 hours to get here. It was 140 something miles. It's all 55 miles an hour in little towns. Really nice drive, all considered, except for the last stretch of 14 between 555 and 55. It was really, really rough with no shoulders, no striping, just the center stripe. It was really a mess. I could have taken 140. I think that may have knocked a mile or two off of it, but yeah, hindsight's 2020. I'll remember that next time if it ever happens again. But I got up and stopped at the Loves because I still hadn't gotten a load. And my fleet manager just called and told me that they were still looking. They didn't know what they were going to do with me yet. And I told her, well, I'm on my way to Blytheville. And she goes, oh, I didn't know that. ALM's not talking to the fleet manager, or didn't check my status or nothing. Didn't even look to see that I was actually driving. So, stopped at the Loves on 55 just south of Blytheville, went inside, went to the bathroom, and I was going to just camp out there until they gave me something. Well, just as I was stepping out of the truck, I got the load, this one here. And so I went inside, went to the bathroom, got a couple of hot dogs, because all they had was an IHOP Express, a Chester's, which is the grossest chicken on the planet, and Godfather's Pizza, which is like the second grossest pizza on the planet. And so got back in the truck, checked everything out. This load is going to Pittsburgh, Kansas. It's 381 miles, due anytime before 4 o'clock tomorrow. My appointment was supposed to be at 4 o'clock. It was 3 o'clock when I was sitting at the Love. So humped on over here, pulled around through their staging lot, got up to the stop sign to wait, and then I got a call on the radio saying, driver on the road, go ahead and pull to the scale. So I went ahead and pulled on up. And I love this place. I kind of wish I could load here more often. One, it's an easy load. They're I-beams. They're chained, and we don't tarp them unless the customer specifically requests it. And they're generally pretty easy to do. So I pulled up the scale, got my paperwork, pulled around, sat in the bullpen, getting ready to make that update when they came and got me. So I followed out. One swipe. It didn't even take them that long. I guess they already had it pre-staged. They hooked it up, laid it on the trailer. I threw 2 chains, checked out, got my bills, pulled over here, and that's when the fun began, because the wind really, really picked up. And I had a timber that on the deck that's supposed to support the I-beams that wasn't quite touching all of them. I think I used 5 boards because it was 40 feet. I probably could have got away with just 4. And because this trailer doesn't curve all that much. It curves, but not all that much. And so I did the standby, ran a strap over the board underneath the I-beams to hold it in place. So as I tighten the load down, it'll eventually touch the board. But the wind is blowing so high that every time I straighten the board, the wind would blow the board back, and then the strap was just going all over the place as I was trying to tighten it down. It was stupid. That took a bulk of the time. It took me 30 minutes to secure it. That was the hardest part. I threw 4 more chains, readjusted, and did all the over center binders, bungeed them down, and now I'm ready to leave. I'm not going to make it there tonight because I only have, let's see here, 1 second, I'm sorry. Forgot to hit the send leaving chauffeur call. I have 5 hours and 1 minute remaining on my 14, and 5 hours and 21 minutes driving. Not that that matters. There's not a lot between me and there. It's going to be back roads driving, and there's a couple little truck stops. I'm hoping that I can make the Flying J in Springfield. I think that's 240 miles away. All depends on this wind, which right now is blowing at a steady 25, gusting to 30-45, 35-45 according to the weather app from AccuWeather, and it's going to be fun because I'm going to be driving right into the teeth of it. So that's it for today. I guess we will talk tomorrow when we get when I get to Pittsburgh, Kansas. Until then, keep your shiny side up, 73s. Be safe.